My dear friends, today we celebrate the solemnity of the Annunciation of the Lord. This feast reminds us, as I was saying in the introduction, heaven meeting earth. God was always above, comes in human history, not that he was not there, comes in human history now as a human being, one like us. Comes in the human history as a tangible sign, visible sign. And we see the reading telling about Mary. She said yes, she was open. God gave her freedom. She said yes, let your will be done in my life. And then you see, word becomes flesh. My dear friends, you can dissect this, study this text at a various level. But for this normal day-to-day ordinary life, how we can take this? The first thing is, you see Nazareth, the word Nazareth. Now anybody who has gone to Holy Land, who has studied about Nazareth or done some studies will know Nazareth was an ordinary place. And that is why Nicodemus says, what good can come from Nazareth? It shows it was not an extraordinary place, a normal place. But from this ordinary place, God makes extraordinary miracle. My dear friends, holiness is not to do something extraordinary. Holiness means doing your ordinary work. Like our parents lived ordinary day-to-day cooking, taking care of us as children. Holiness in ordinary way. You come for mass, you do your prayers, you do go back, do your daily chores, cook, take care of your family. Ordinary way. That is what Mary did. That is what Nazareth is all about. I do as a priest my work. You do, laity, as your work. We live life in an ordinary way. And then you see God gives us extraordinary thing. As Mother Teresa would say, we are not called to do great things in life, but we are called to do small things in life. The second thing is that in holiness, not everything will go as you plan. Suddenly you see Mary is now in confusion. How this can happen? She's disturbed. How suddenly God plans can disturb you sometimes. God plans can shake you, my friends. Sometimes things which you don't expect can come, a death in a family, an accident, somebody loses a job, it can disturb you. I was doing some reading, some work on Padre Pio, and I remembered this morning, we say Saint Padre Pio, a great saint, but he went through a lot of sufferings. An ordinary priest, given this extraordinary stigmatas, wounds, but people saw it differently. They saw as his popularity was growing, they saw that this man is manipulating. They accused him of accounts, some Joel in accounts, poor fellow. They accused him that his stigmatas are manipulation. He's not a real man. He claims that he has God power, spiritual power, but he is manipulating, he's misleading. They even spoiled his name. There was one spiritual daughter, Cleonis Marcoldi. She was helping Padre Pio with his hospital work, with his other things, writing the diaries, spiritual diaries. They accused him, poor fellow, accused him and linked this lady's name, spoiled his name. He went through so many things, but he kept quiet. He prayed for them, Father, forgive my enemies, forgive them. They know not, they don't know me, you know me. See how a normal priest's plans are going haywire. Slowly his enemies felt disturbed inside. They felt something uneasy because you cannot put God's plans haywire like this. Slowly they came, they apologized. And you see today Padre Pio has become what we know, Saint Padre Pio. Once upon a time, he was condemned by people. Those who were very close to him, they went against him. Why? Because of so many reasons. So my dear friends, your plans like Mary will go haywire. And you will ask, why Lord? Why this has happened to me? I pray so much, I do this so much, I give donation. Why Lord? Look at Mary. But at the end, Mary goes in peace. As every story says, they lived happily ever after. That's the end of every fairy tale. That's the end of every Christian story. He lived happily with the Lord. That you see in the life of Lazarus, that you see in the lives of saints, that you see in the life of Mary. Luke chapter 1, verse 37. There is nothing, and absolutely nothing, impossible with God. Let us close our eyes and ask yourself, are you doing your ordinary chores? Are you living your normal life, or you want miracles only in extraordinary setup? When your plans go haywire, do you condemn your enemies? Look at Padre Pio. All his enemies got their lessons. One day, Padre Pio prayed for them. When your plans go haywire, do you blame others? When enemies come, do you hate him, curse him? Look at Mary. Look at Jesus and say, there is nothing impossible with God. God will give. In his time, he makes all things beautiful, extraordinary in his time. Amen.